What's going on, y'all? It's J Smo Reviews here. Here today with a recap of the King of the Dot semifinals event that went down this past weekend. Or as of, I don't know when I'll be uploading this, if this will be on Sunday or if this will be on Monday. But this is a recap of the event that happened Saturday. A lot of battle rap this weekend. The battle rap committee had a card out there in Ohio. C3 and Prestavia is the headliner. Suggest y'all go check that out on their YouTube channel. As well as, I am forgetting one more event. Oh, the initiation cards for URO went down this weekend. I didn't get to do predictions for that. Cool up-and-comers card. I'll definitely be reviewing the battles as they drop on the app, though. I'll be giving little 5-minute reviews for each, so expect some of the coverage of the initiation card as the time goes on. But for this quick little recap of the King of the Dot event, we got 4 battles. Pretty decent card. I'd say 6, 7 out of 10 card with a Battle of the Year contender on it. So without further ado, let's get into this breakdown. So first battle to start the night, man. Appa versus Anti-Hero. Big EFM shit. Y'all know what it is here. We're always supporting the movement over here, man. But just a dope look. Good opener. I believe Appa got the battle clear. We're not going to spend too much time talking about Anti's choke in the third. I hate to see that for him. I know that he definitely had some stuff in that third. He was trying to get out. And, sometimes things just happen. But outside of that, the first 2 rounds of this battle are fire, man. I think the second's pretty close. I personally edged Appa the first. I also edged Appa, and then I gave Appa the third clear. So I have Appa winning the battle with the Gentleman's 3-0, but both of them completely were able to showcase their unique style sets. I think with Anti, what you see is this unorthodox style. Really making a lane of his own. I think people were impressed, and there's some people that want to see him go again, man. Both these gentlemen did a shot. Appa obviously was crazy. I think bar of the battle was he had a flip talking about Anti gets his nails painted black, and talking about catching him at the salon. Mani Petty, he had a Mani Petty. That shit was crazy. I think Anti definitely had some shit he landed here too. Talking about, he had an angle about Appa having a white girlfriend. Talking about Karen, SpongeBob, Plankton, Karen talked to the machine. That was dope. He had a lot of SpongeBob bars this battle. I think he had 3 or 4 of them. But dope battle. I think Anti's performance is definitely showcased. People are going to want to see that again. And Appa, all I can say is that I think the pacing, which all comes with time, is what he has to work on. Pacing and timing. Maybe a little bit too much spinning on the performance, but the writing, dope. A lot of those haymakers landed good. The change of pace, kind of a little bit of personality in there. These are 2 upcoming talents, and especially with Appa, I see a little bit of a star in the making, man. I see a little bit of a star in the making there. So, dope battle, dope showcase again for EFM. I got Appa Gentlemen's, and on to the next battle. Shoddy P versus Pass. One half of the bracket to see who goes to the finals. I'm going to be real. I thought the battle overall was pretty light, beginning to end. We're going to go down round for round, of course, but I'm not going to have too much to quote from this one. Pass started out. He had a whole angle. He had a lot of, and Pass has a lot of rhyming pockets, a lot of overarching ideas that he wants to get to. He had an entire scheme that he finished off with talking about you can't clone a Cali City. That was dope. He had a pushing P. It sounds old to us. Talk about how, Playa, Pushing P's already been a thing out west. Shoddy P's name, so that was cool. But overall, I thought Pass's first was light. Shoddy came back with for being fake Pass, I'm going to draw something. That might be one of my favorite bars in the entire battle. The football fake Pass, draw something. I like that. And then talk about going past the bar like law students. He had a lot of pass, but for past flips, some people, I know that bothers. I think it's a reach. I think there were some pretty cool bars. I don't think all of them were great, but I think the good ones were good. I'm not going to nitpick and take off just because past isn't his name. I know some people feel that way, which is why I mention it. I edged the first to Shoddy. Really just round from both. Pass, second, he is a Shakari Richardson. I'm a smoke the sprinter. Talk about catching him in his car. That was fire. It's a No Country for Old Men till I silent Shoddy. That was fucking fire. I actually like Pass's second, but I think he tailed off towards the end. I think there's these lines that I could pick out that were dope. But I don't really think, I think it was just a lot of fluid rapping. It didn't seem like Pass was super at 100%. Maybe that's just because it didn't feel that way. I didn't receive his material that well. That could be completely my, personal preference. Or it could be maybe he's saving because we know the other side of the bracket was really, strong. So maybe that's what's going on. We'll talk about that other battle in a little bit here. But Shotty came back. Talk about they puff pass. A rockin' a fur like Cruella DeVille. He had a couple angles he tried to pull on pass. I didn't think any of them really worked for the most part. A lot of it fell flat. And then his ender was talking about now the futures and past presence. I actually just gave past the second straight up. So I had it 1-1 going into the third. And then Pass really just fluidly rapped. He had a you're trying to belittle me. I've heard the bar before. It landed crazy in the room. And, Pass raps really well. So when the material really isn't that good for either, that delivery and rapping matters. And when someone's rapping very fluidly and the other guy's just spitting kind of mediocre battle rap punches, the rapping fluidly just phonically sounds better. So when you get to I have nothing from Shotty's third. I think he had a bar about the war that's possibly going on, Russia, Ukraine. We're not doing that at all. But yeah, there's really not a lot to quote. Pretty light battle all the way around. Like if it's a pass 2-1, I believe the judges had Pass. I think it was like 6-1, something like that. So Pass advances to the finals of the King of the Dot tournament for 100K. And now let's go talk about the other side of that bracket. Bill Collector versus Mac Myron. To me, this is the battle of the year up to this point. I had a feeling that it was going to be a absolutely ridiculous battle. It's a pretty easy one to predict when you just the bar smiths that these guys are on and the runs they've been on lately. Two of the most underappreciated guys you're going to find in the game right now. Bill Collector versus Mac fucking Myron. So to start the first round, Mac starts out with a show out with punches. Does it give you flashbacks? A couple show out bars in here. Some of them, I think all of them landed crazy for the most part. I know some people think the angle is pretty redundant. I feel somewhere in about the middle where if it's still a good bar, it's still a really good bar, but I'm not counting any drop dead haymakers for a show out angle, especially when it's not anything, that different. And then Mac was cooking. It's really hard to quote either of these gentlemen because of how fast and how many bars they get off at the pace they do it at. So I'm definitely going to not be doing them any justice by trying to get some quotables here. But I did get the big highlights. And Mac said, if me and my dude's going on a long walk in the park after dark, Jill Scott's not coming. Boom. Haymaker. That was fucking crazy and just goes to show how good. If there's one bar that can exemplify how good Mac's first was, maybe how good he was the whole battle, that Jill Scott not coming bar is fucking fantastic. Bill comes out. It's just so difficult to quote. It's so many bars back to back. If you see the way, and y'all know the way Bill delivers now with the rapid style, I think it's completely changed his career and reinvented him. People want to see Bill versus Surf. People want to see Bill versus Daylight. Bill's just on a roll, man. So shout out to him because this reinvention of his style is going to completely change the trajectory of how people look at Bill Collector and his legacy. Talked about I'll leave Pontiac like a Street Fighter bonus level, just back to back, unpacking it. It'll take so many rewatches to ever get the full material down, but both these gentlemen were punching each other's heads off. I edged the first to Mac. Into the second, Mac Myron second. Man, oh fucking man. Brandy, I got the drive to kill people. He had a Shazam bar, man. Shazam. He'll go from a boy to a man. He's Billy Batson. Holy shit. It's the Mac like Felicia with the VCR. Mac second, he was levitating. To me, this is round of the year, possibly from any battler up to this point. Mac Myron's second is a masterpiece. Bill's second comes right back. If I have trouble, doesn't matter if I have trouble shooting Mac, nobody on the Apple care. Coke so white, it got bodied by Geechee in a one-rounder. Mac Estepa, I knew something was fishy about it. Man, another absolutely, and we're talking about two crazy rounds competitive back-to-back. I also edged Mac the second, so I got Mac 2-0 going into the third. And then Mac's third was probably the lightest of his three. He had an X-Men Metal on the Head Cerebro bar for my X-Men fans. I'm a humongous X-Men fan myself. Y'all know that was fire. Talk about Subway, and then Shohei had him eat a knuckle sandwich to eat fresh. That was actually good. Out of all the bars that had to do with the show off shit, that landed the most for me. I think it was a little bit of a more original the way he played it out. I was just definitely a fan of it. And then so I really like Mac's third. I thought it was obviously the weakest of the three, but the weakest of the three and damn near a classic battle is still a great round. And then Bill's third, again with the back-to-back bars, so hard to quote, but he had a puffy scheme. He did like 4 or 5 different puffy bars and branched off of this, then branched off of that. Bill is on a whole other planet right now with the chain punching. It's like an unheard of amount of bars. It's like a Rum Nitty Daylight level amount of bars per round, and it's just a special fucking thing to see. And he also had a Chadwick Boseman, I'm gonna shoot ill. You can talk about ill will. Mac is cool, but absolutely fantastic battle. My quoting it will not give it the respect it truly deserves and just how fucking good it was. Y'all might have to go on Twitch, subscribe to the King of the Dot Twitch, or, when those battles drop, go for those battles. But Bill won the judge vote on a split decision 4-3. I personally had Mac 2-1, but in a battle that's debatable, I'm not mad at it whatsoever. Bill was incredible. Mac was incredible. It's felt like Bill's tournament to lose. And this reinvention, like I said, people are all inspired by it. So, me personally, I edged Mac the first and the second, gave Bill the third. But Bill won the judge vote on split decision, meaning our finals is going to be Pass versus Bill Collector for the 100K in the King of the Dot tournament. I'm not going to lie, I got Bill winning. I saw Bill and Mac as kind of like my pseudo-final. No disrespect to Pass, but this is the battle that I feel like whoever is going to win between Bill and Mac, I was sure was going to win the tournament. And I've kind of felt that way about Bill and Mac since the beginning of the playoffs altogether. So, absolutely incredible. I'm going to have Bill winning this tournament, but Pass has definitely got a chance. I think we're going to see a much better Pass than what we saw for Shoddy P when it comes to Battle Bill. So, all we know, we might have another battle of this quality cooking up. But shout out to both of them. I want to see Mac and Bill both be getting big plates after this tournament. I've talked about possibly seeing Mac versus Av, if that's possible. That would be fucking dope. I want to see Mac versus Names. And then obviously Bill's got the finals coming up, but after that, he's talked about coming back to URL, man. So keep in mind, any of those matchups, big names, Bill, Surf, you know what I'm saying? I kind of want to see Bill versus JC. I can't lie. I'm thinking maybe a little Bill versus JC. Winner might see Surf. Who knows? But both these gentlemen deserve all the praise in the world for putting on, up to this point, what I think is the battle of the year. I don't know if it'll stick, but it might have a good shot. This was nearly an instant classic, y'all. So, absolutely incredible battle, and on to the main event. Title match for the King of the Dot belt, Real Deal versus Saint. Really great battle. To start the first round, Saint comes out 2 9s and a 40. Aaron Donald and Von Miller. I like that. Compact. I got a compact. It's the old generation. It's a baby boomer. Like that. Picasso. Draw extra arms. It's a fly in this motherfucker. Picasso. Draw extra arms in a round. Like that. And then he had a Rum Nitty. Go watch Rum Nitty versus Iron. If you want, go back and go watch my review of it. But he had a sipping rum with the Iron, wondering why you ain't get a mill yet. Saints First was off the fucking walls, man. I love Saints First. I don't have too much to quote from Real Deal's First. I thought Real Deal's First was kind of on the lighter side. I actually had Real Deal. I didn't post predictions to this channel, but I did have Real Deal winning going into this battle. Sony came out, he had a Killer Clowns from Outer Space about the red nose popping. Take Junior out the game like the Little Giants. That was actually really fucking fire. Probably the best bar from this first round. But I had Saint taking the first round clear. I think it was pretty objective. And then you get into the second round. Saint second, I thought was crazy. You start seeing a little bit more stumbles here. And we're going to talk about how much of a third that plays into the third. But white bitch teaching in the hood, so he thinks he's a freedom writer. Fire. Fast and Furious. Every time we get a new installment, it's less real. He had always an angle about Real losing the way of his style. That whole shit is crazy. I thought it live. Just really well-layered writing. I think a lot of people kind of deem Saint as just a gunline punch rapper. At least that chat was suspicious. For those that saw the fan vote for this battle in the chat, I'm just going to say suspicious. But yeah, Saint was absolutely losing his fucking mind in these first 2 rounds. Couple different books. I read, he talked about the 48 Laws of Power, talked about a couple older books. I think it was The Art of War too. He said, I got a couple different books for power, like 50 Cent. That was fucking crazy. Surround when we 360 surround deal, what's yours is mine. Man, I thought Saints was off the wall just like his first round. I thought Saints' first 2 rounds were absolutely immaculate this battle. I thought Real Deal had a good second, too. He had a St. Jude's Hospital line. That was a haymaker and hit crazy. He had something about calling him pussy. It was a centimeters dilated. That was fire. And towards the end of the round, he also had it was like a multi, talking about how he's going to stab him. And then when the knife, something about pulling the knife and that it'll jiggle like when someone goes off a diving board. You know how diving board shits, you know what I'm saying? That's what the handle of the knife will do. I like Real Deal's second. I thought Saint got this round kind of clear. I thought Saint got the first 2 rounds of this battle kind of clear, even though, as I was critical of Real's first, I thought his second was a much better step in the right direction. And then as for the third, Saint's third was just full of stumbles. It really took away from all of his round. He had a cool flip in there about, I'll literally make your kindergarten. Talk about, I think, burying students, something like that. That was cool, but realistically, there was just so much stumbling in Saints there. No definitive choking, but for y'all that have seen it or haven't seen it, I'm sure there's videos of it. It's just all throughout the round, to the point that the round became minute. It was easy round for Real to get. Talk about he had an Amazon delivery bar that was great. He had a counter writing. Some people were going to complain there was gas. I thought Saint was crazy in his first 2 rounds. So I didn't think there was really anything to be gassed. I thought he was fantastic, but I will say that the way Real Deal broke it down, talking about there's only a limited amount of people that could be in the room. Apparently, a lot of them were Saints guys. I don't know the truth to that, but he sold it. I'll tell you that. It might have been in Cali, so it definitely, if it was in Cali, definitely would have been a lot of Saints guys in there. But Real had some fluid wrapping. I mean, Real Deal clearly took the third round. So to end the battle, I had Saint winning the battle 2-1 first and second, but Real Deal won on a split decision 4-3 to retain the championship. I don't want to use the word robbed. I feel pretty confident in picking Saint for the first 2 rounds, so I was a little bit shocked that he didn't get it, to say the least. But I can't say Real Deal was bad. And the voting goes the way the voting goes. The man had a good second, even though I believe that Saint had a better second. And he took the third clear. And then when you have Saint riding downhill, Real riding uphill, you have Saint with the stumbles as it goes on. That hurts the battle optically. So on Saint, if he hadn't stumbled, you could say that he probably easily would have won. So you got to put some of that on the battle. Or at the end of the day, I can't blame optics, can't blame crowd. There was elements of this battle that could have been controlled to make it go better for Saint that he simply just didn't meet up to the expectation to. But I thought his first 2 rounds were insane. I had Saint winning 2-1, but Real Deal won and retains the title, tying Pat Stay for the most title retentions of the title in a single run all time. Much deserved. Real Deal is an underrated legend in this game, and it's good that, he's having this run at King of the Dot at the forefront just to show how great he's been. But this is going back all different leagues, all different platforms, URL, all smaller leagues, King of the Dot. Real Deal is just a champion in the word itself. So, dope battle, dope event, and just a great look. So, shout out King of the Dot for this event. I believe the finals are coming April 22nd, so definitely we'll be recapping that card too. So my winners, I got Appa Gentleman's 30. I got Pass 2-1. I had Mac 2-1, but Bill Collector won. Pass obviously won his judging as well. And then I had Saint 2-1, but Real Deal was able to retain the title. So great card from King of the Dot. I'm going to be going on vacation this week, so for some days, definitely going to have a little gap in the content again. I apologize for that, but coming up in the next few weeks, we won't have that problem again. But yeah, man, it's been J Smo Reviews here, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.